Ever wonder why student loan debt feels like a mountain that's impossible to climb? Picture this. You've just walked across the stage, diploma in hand, ready to seize the world. But as the excitement of graduation fades, you're left facing a sizable foe: student loan debt. You're not alone in this fight. As tuition costs continue to soar, more and more students are finding themselves in the same predicament. The rates of student loan debt have been on a steady incline, turning what was once a stepping stone into a stumbling block for many graduates. It's a daunting prospect, isn't it? But the struggle with student loan debt goes beyond the numbers. It seeps into every corner of your life. Think about it. You're trying to juggle this debt alongside other financial responsibilities: rent, groceries, transportation, and maybe you're even thinking about starting a family. All these expenses, coupled with a hefty monthly loan payment, can feel like a juggling act where the balls just keep getting heavier. And it's not just your wallet that feels the pinch. The burden of student loan debt can cast a long shadow over your future financial stability. It can delay major milestones like buying a home or saving for retirement. It can even affect your mental health, causing stress and anxiety. In essence, it's like a cloud that looms, often affecting an individual's quality of life. But here's the real kicker. The most frustrating part of this struggle isn't just the debt itself, but the feeling that it's a mountain that can't be climbed. You're putting money towards it every month, but it seems like the peak is just as far away as when you started. It's a tough climb, no doubt about it. But what if there's a way to conquer this mountain faster than you think? Stay tuned as we unpack some strategies to help you tackle your student loan debt and turn that mountain into a molehill. Remember, every journey starts with a single step. Let's take that step together. The first step towards swift repayment starts with understanding your debt. Imagine you're setting off on a journey. You have a destination in mind, but without a map or a clear understanding of the terrain, your chances of reaching it are greatly reduced. This is very much like your student loan debt. It's a journey, and understanding the details of your debt is akin to having a map. The importance of knowing your loan's details cannot be overstated. This includes understanding your loan's interest rates, repayment terms, and the total amount owed. These are the coordinates of your financial journey. The interest rate, for instance, is not just a number but a determining factor of how much you'll end up repaying over the life of the loan. Repayment terms, on the other hand, dictate the length of your journey, while the total amount owed sets the scale. In addition, it's crucial to recognize the different types of student loans: federal and private. Federal loans often come with lower interest rates and more flexible repayment options. Private loans, while sometimes necessary, can come with higher interest rates and less forgiving terms. Each type of loan is a different path, with its own set of challenges and rewards. Once you've gathered all this information, it's essential to keep track of it. Consider this your travel log. It will help you stay informed and make better decisions along the way. Understanding your debt is not a one-time task. It's an ongoing process, a continuous part of your financial journey. It can be complicated and even intimidating, but remember, every journey begins with a single step. So take that step. Dive into the details of your student loan debt. Understand the interest rates, the repayment terms, and the total amount owed. Know the difference between federal and private loans, and keep track of all these details. With thorough understanding, you're one step closer to financial freedom. Now, armed with knowledge, you can create a repayment strategy that works for you. Creating a strategic plan to repay your student loan debt might seem overwhelming at first, but it doesn't have to be. The key is understanding your options and making informed decisions that best fit your financial situation. One of the most effective strategies is to make more than the minimum payment each month. This approach can significantly reduce the time it takes to clear your debt and save you a substantial amount on interest. It's like taking a shortcut on a long journey. The more you pay above the minimum, the quicker you'll reach your destination. Next, let's talk about prioritizing your loans. If you have multiple student loans, it's a good idea to focus on the ones with the highest interest rates first. This method, known as the avalanche method, can save you a lot of money in the long run. It's like tackling the biggest, scariest monster first in a video game. Once it's out of the way, the rest seem less daunting. Another strategy to consider is directing any extra income towards your loan repayment. This could be money from a side job, a bonus from work, or even a tax refund. Using these funds to pay off your student loans can help you reduce the overall amount you owe and accelerate your journey towards a debt-free life. It's like finding a hidden treasure chest in a game and using it to level up faster. It's essential to remember, though, that these strategies aren't one-size-fits-all. What works for one person might not work for another. You need to consider your income, expenses, and personal goals when creating your repayment strategy. Remember, a strategy tailored to your situation can make repayment less daunting. Just as every game player has their unique style and approach, you too can devise a repayment strategy that fits your life and helps you conquer your student loan debt. Did you know there are multiple repayment options to consider? Indeed, there's no one-size-fits-all approach to repaying student loans. Every individual's financial situation is unique, and luckily, there are several strategies available to tailor your repayment plan to your needs. First off, we have income-driven repayment plans. These are federal loan programs that base your monthly payment on your income and family size. There are 4 types: income-based repayment, pay-as-you-earn, revised pay-as-you-earn, and income-contingent repayment. Each of these plans has its own set of eligibility criteria and calculations for determining your payment. The beauty of income-driven plans is that they can make your monthly payments more affordable, especially if you're just starting out in your career or facing financial hardship. Next up, refinancing. This is when you take out a new loan with a private lender to pay off your existing student loans. The aim here is to secure a lower interest rate, which can significantly reduce the total amount you'll end up paying back. It's important to note, however, that refinancing federal loans with a private lender means you'll lose access to federal benefits and protections, including income-driven repayment plans and loan forgiveness programs. So tread carefully and make sure to weigh the pros and cons. Speaking of loan forgiveness programs, let's delve into those a bit. These are programs that forgive or cancel a portion or all of your federal student loans. The Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program, for instance, forgives remaining debt after 10 years of qualifying payments for those working in public service jobs. Then there's the Teacher Loan Forgiveness Program, which can forgive up to a certain amount for teachers who've served in low-income schools for 5 consecutive years. Remember, exploring all these options thoroughly is essential. It's about finding what works best for you, your budget, and your financial goals. Don't shy away from seeking advice from professionals or those who've walked this path before you. Exploring all your options can open doors to quicker repayment. The final step, and perhaps the most crucial, is staying committed to your repayment plan. It's like running a marathon. It's not always about speed, it's about endurance. It's about not giving up when you're halfway through and your legs are begging for mercy. Similarly, repaying your student loan debt is a test of your financial discipline. Now, why is it important to stick to your plan? Well, imagine you're on a road trip. You have a map, you know your destination, and you've planned your route. But halfway through, you decide to go off-road thinking it might be a shortcut. More often than not, you'll end up lost, wasting more time and fuel. That's exactly what happens when you deviate from your repayment plan. You might end up paying more in interest, or worse, fall into a debt trap. So, how do you stay motivated when the going gets tough? One way is to set financial goals. Think of your repayment as a journey and each payment as a milestone. Every time you hit a milestone, it's a step closer to your destination, being debt-free. Celebrate these small victories, they're proof of your progress. Another tip is to keep a visual representation of your debt. It could be a chart or a graph that you update every month. Seeing the debt reduce can be a powerful motivator. You'll be surprised at how satisfying it can be to color in another piece of that chart every time you make a payment. Consistency and discipline are your best friends on this journey. They are the fuel that keeps your repayment engine running smoothly. And remember, swift doesn't necessarily mean rushing through payments. It means being steady and consistent, making every payment count. Finally, keep reminding yourself why you're doing this. You're not just repaying a debt, you're investing in your future. You're reclaiming your financial independence. Every payment you make is a step closer to that goal. Remember, it's not just about repaying your debt, it's about reclaiming your financial independence. So let's quickly recap the steps towards swift repayment. First, it's essential to fully understand your student loan debt. Once you have a clear picture, create a strategic repayment plan tailored to your situation. Explore all the repayment options available to you, including consolidation and refinancing. Lastly, and most importantly, stay committed to your plan. It may not always be easy, but remember, with determination and the right approach, you can conquer your student loan debt. Start today and regain your financial freedom. Gain your